Okay, so I'm not going to be updating the website with any new musical articles for a while. I'm guessing for a few months. I am still going to make the newsletter, and I might do some bonus tracks from time to time, but not the big stuff. This is for a short-term reason and for a long-term reason. The short-term reason is because in February, I quit my day job so I could concentrate fully on a music composing job, and then I got sick. Now, I want to emphasize, I've actually never really been in any pain or in any discomfort with the sickness, but it has been going on for a long time, and it is kind of a fatigue problem. Not so much wanting to sleep all the time, although that has, sometimes been a factor. It's more about sort of restrictive mental fogginess. It's a bit like being drunk all the time, which sounds kind of fun, but really isn't. How I notice it is those times when I sort of felt, I just need to push through and get the job done. And when I try that, I realize that I am now lacking this thing I didn't even know I had, this facility of judgment. And I can no longer tell whether the work is good or not. I feel like I've got nothing to compare it to. And that makes pretty much any creative task very difficult. It got better, then it got worse, then it got better, then it got worse. It seems to be better now. I'm certainly seeing specialists about it. That seems to be an improvement. But it's meant that I've kept the music composing job ticking over rather than putting all my energy behind it like I should have been. And right now, I just can't justify the time it takes to create the new content for the website every month, particularly as I'm not really doing much with it once I create it. Which leads to the more long-term reason as to why a hiatus has probably been on the cards for some time. This website is about making music, and the music that I've been writing and recording for it recently hasn't really been working for me. I think the recent songs have been fine, but they have all been done in a hurry, kind of at the last minute. What I've always been hoping to do is to make music by planning albums carefully, recording them track by track, leaving them to kind of stew for a few months, and then tweak them and put them online, and then really promote them properly. Now, I have had the time recently to write and record these tracks, but not really enough time to plan them properly. And that's had a big knock-on effect, because the rest of the newsletter, including the website content, actually doesn't take that long to do. It's like a few enjoyable hours of downtime each week. But it's been the kind of running to stand still aspect of the featured tracks that's slowed everything up, particularly as I don't really like to start on anything else in the newsletter until I feel that the tracks are okay. And I also don't really want to seriously promote the music until I'm happy with it, which means I'm putting in all this time and energy in creating this content and then sort of just dumping it on social media and leaving it there. So what this hiatus is going to involve is obviously me catching up with the paid work in the short term. But I'm hoping it's also going to allow me to really take the time to plan the music until I'm happy with it. And then to start focusing on, playing live, taking it to radios, magazines, all that promotion stuff that I haven't yet felt, ready to do because the music isn't there yet. And what do I mean by the music being there yet? Well, I do mean something quite specific. I've got a ton of ideas at the moment, and what I want to do is sift through, work out which are the ones that are good, that are relevant for now, and try and work out how to make them fit together in one project. In other words, I don't need time to figure out what to do next. I really need time to figure out what not to do next. I need to figure out which ideas look tempting to me now, but on the consideration are either impractical or not as interesting as I thought. And then I need to look at whatever's left and try to find a way of making it all work together as a whole. It might not be particularly obvious, but I've actually been playing an extremely long game when it comes to making music. I had it drilled into me when I was a child again and again and again that no one ever makes a career out of music. So I think that might have scarred me a little. Perhaps that's the reason why I've never really wanted to go all in, so to speak, unless I'm absolutely confident about the music itself. And perhaps that will never happen. In which case, I think, this will still just be a cheerful little website on the fringes of the internet that, updates once a month. But I think it will happen. I think there will come a point where I have music that I want to take places, simply because by hook or by crook, I'm going to make that music anyway, and I might as well do something with it when I do. I'll keep you posted.